Okay, hello everybody. This is Vinnie Tartamella. I'm the creator of City of Venus, co-creator of Through the Woods. Okay, hello everybody. This is Vinnie Tartamella. I'm the creator of City of Venus, co-creator of Through the Woods. Okay, hello everybody. This is Vinnie Tartamella. I'm the creator of City of Venus, co-creator of Through the Woods. Okay, hello everybody. This is Vinnie Tartamella. All right. Great way to start. Oh, I think I fixed this. All right. I was getting feedback and that was really, really bad. Anyway, yeah, this is my first stream. As you can see, I forgot to put my headset on and shut off my the volume on here. So anyway, yeah, you guys know who I am if you're here. But yeah, this is the first time I'm giving this a shot. I figured, why should I wait for other people? I got plenty of cool friends, so if they ever want to come on, I'll just drop them links as well. I'm obviously still going to be jumping on other people's stuff too, but in the meantime, I want to start showcasing some of my projects, having my own crazy little rants, just talking about all kinds of different things. Hey, everybody in chat, Kevin, Drew, El Gargoyle, David, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, get the link out. Let some other people know as well that that I went live. I don't know how long I'm gonna make this because it's just the first one. I'm giving it a shot. And hopefully I could keep you guys kind of entertained at least. So let me go over City of Venus real quick. So this is a project that I created. I wrote it, did all the pencils for it. The inks, the painting, lettering, logo, shipping, you name it, I did it. It's a huge labor of love for sure. This project came about years ago, but I was busy working in different places and in the toy world. I was a lead designer at McFarlane Toys. I did stuff for Andy Bowen, designs for Diamond Select. Some of you guys know that already, but since it's my first stream, I just want to let more people know about it. So yeah, I was doing all sorts of different jobs, freelance gigs, but in between, I was developing these stories and other stories, such as Through the Woods with my brother Frank. A bunch of different projects, which you guys will eventually be seeing, because yeah, I love doing the independent route for sure. Let's see. Drew said he got his copy. Artwork and printing is beautiful. Thank you, Drew. Yeah, so we're going to keep the quality very high over here at Mela Art World and Vinnieart. Mela Art World is my company. You can see the logo pretty much everywhere. Who would I go through for printing? Oh, Mix'em. Yeah, my City of Venus and Volume 2 of my art book, they actually, yeah, I was trying this new printer and I fell in love with them. The quality is absolutely amazing. Yeah, I was super, super ecstatic with them. So yeah, I'm going to be using them from here on out. I have a gloss laminate finish on my books now. They're really, really cool. The people I was using beforehand, I wasn't crazy about. In the beginning, I was, but their quality kind of fell to shit. I don't know what happened with them. I had my own little complaints and didn't really address it. So I went looking for a new printer, and I got really lucky with these people. So yeah, so the quality to me is very, very close to how I work digitally. It came out pretty much the same way. So how I see it is how you people are going to be seeing it. And yeah, I hope everyone else really, really digs it. I did the initial backers on City of Venus. I got all those books out. So people have been receiving them. People in Europe, I think they're still starting to receive them, but the initial run, all these books got out to everyone. So it's still in demand though, so more people could get it. And here's some of the artwork for it. This page was actually, it was all digital. I was just going to do like a quick speed painting on this, but it actually started coming out really good because I was just going to use it for just like, like a little test just to see what I wanted. But I just kept developing it more and more, and until it is what you see here. Yeah, El Gargoyle said that he goes, my art is good, so good that Smiller and Mr. Quesada ripped me off. Yeah, they did. Queef Sada. Oh wait, how do I do that with the comments? Show. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Man, you guys are great. But yeah, how do I make it hide it? All right, cool. Sorry, I'm just learning StreamYards. I've never hosted any of this stuff before, so it's all brand new to me. But again, I'm kind of a one-man army when it comes to the artwork and everything. So doing this is definitely brand new to me. I thank you guys for being here and checking it out so far. But yeah, so City of Venus, it's a futuristic story. It's like a kind of a post-apocalyptic world. People think that it's all zombies, but it's not. I kind of designed it that way. I wanted the viewer to kind of feel like they're in sort of a zombie apocalypse, but you're going to find out that it isn't. These people that you see here, like that's attacking this girl with the red jacket, they're actually failed experiments that the people in the floating city, if they catch any of these kind of scavengers, they do experiments on them because they're trying to prolong their own lives, and they don't want to experiment on themselves, so they're going to do it on the whatever survivors are left on this kind of destroyed looking world. But again, this story is scratching the surface of what this whole thing really is. I just wanted to kind of get the action element out there right away. I wanted people to see kind of like, the fun of what comics should be. So our main character, the whole story revolves around her, how she got there, what happened, because she doesn't know this world, she doesn't recognize this world, and she has a bit of her own mental blocks. She doesn't know a lot actually, but she's gonna find out because there's something that happened to her. I'm trying not to give away the story and elements of it leading into like issue 2 and 3, and because there's going to be a lot of surprises, a lot of cool characters that are going to be popping up. But yeah, I mean, I'll be getting into that. So yeah, I do deliver very fast as well. El Gargoyle, he said that he got his very fast. What's up with the short comic triple pack? Oh yeah, I know some other creators, they have not delivered on their projects that should have been out for a long time. But to each their own. I mean, Smiller, I don't know what his story is, but I know for you guys, if I'm launching a campaign, it's because it's finished or 90% finished. I want to make sure everyone gets their books immediately. I'm a fan. You guys are fans. And I hate the wait, so I'm assuming you guys would hate the wait as well. So I'm not going to just grab people's money and then go, it won't be out for a year and a half, 2 years or whatever. And I don't know. Everyone's story is different. But as it is right now, how I work, I like to get things mostly completed so you guys can enjoy the story pretty quickly. But that being said, some of these projects were, for the majority of them were pretty much completed not too long ago. But like this one, I was sitting on for just, I want to say maybe 2 years, for the simple fact that I was developing out more of the story and I was juggling a couple of different jobs. So when I found Comicsgate, The project I wanted to push was a completed one. So that was Through the Woods, which I could show you guys real quick. How does this thing continue reading? That was this story. This is a ghost story that's set in upstate New York. This thing was completed and ready to go. So that's why I tried I dipped my toes in the water pretty much with this project and crowdfunding. Because a lot of people have been telling me over the years, you should crowdfund, Vinny, crowdfund. So I gave it a shot. Thing is, I didn't know that Twitter and YouTube were the big audiences for crowdfunding. So I learned that fast with this campaign. I had bad information when I launched it. So my goal was set way too high. But anyone who did back this project, they got their books. I fulfilled them. So that should be said. But let me see. I don't know who that is. Jeff Lafferty. Yeah, I don't know. And future books and projects. Yeah, I would like to reach out to a couple different creators, either get some variants or some pinups. That would be pretty cool. I made a lot of friends in Comicsgate so far. A lot of cool people. Fans have been fantastic. A lot of fans are turning into creators too, which is cool. Yeah, that is a butt. It's a nice butt. All right, here's the cover to issue 1. But yeah, this is going to get a relaunch in 2020. So I'm going to make it a collected edition since a lot of people did miss out on it. That's what I was alluding to before. Since it was the first campaign, not too many people knew who I was. And I'm guessing you guys wanted to be able to trust me first. But the ones who got these books, man, I delivered them super fast. They got them, I think, within 2 weeks of the campaign closing. So, oh, thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, like I said, I'll be getting some guests on as well. As long as this is going well and people are digging what I have to say, what I ramble about. But yeah, you guys have caught me on other streams, and I could go off a little bit. And, I think I work well with others and cracking jokes and stuff like that. But so yeah, so right now I'm just kind of first shot. So here's a little intro and stuff and what I've been about. I mean, I might eventually start doing live streams on my work process while I'm actually working. I might do like the shared screen so you guys could see some of my painting and that kind of thing. I heard a few people were really kind of digging that and hoping that I would do it. So right now, that's kind of what I have on my to-do list. But yeah, so there'll be a lot of cool stuff happening. And Through the Woods is going to start to get a lot of, I think a bigger push. Like I said, coming towards the end of the year and into 2020, because I'm kind of dying to get this thing in a collected format. I'll do a new cover. I'm going to talk to my brother if there's anything else he'd want added in here as well. This story was kind of crazy. There's just is a detail, as you can see with this page, for every look that's going on. Elgar, I'm not gonna. Last night I said a road stream, but I was a story of when I was a kid and something stupid happened. So different time, different world, and I apologize again to Red for saying that. But yeah, here's some more of the artwork from that book. This is the cover to 3. Some more pages from the interiors. Yeah, oh, I did release a sketchbook as well. That's actually attached to my art book campaign, which was the volume 1 art book, The Art of Vinnie, which are 52-page comic book format books. So they got all kinds of cool stuff in it. So hold on, I could show you guys with. Let me scroll down. What the hell was it? Yeah, here we go. So yeah, I made it a tier 2 on my So this is the cover to volume 2 of my art book. Again, 52-page art book, nice thick cover, laminated covers. The pages are nice and thick as well. So you're not getting any cheap quality. Everything that comes from me is quality, the highest quality I could give you guys. So I hope you guys do dig it. Because in these books, I got pinup stuff. I have superhero things. I have portraits, some very familiar characters you guys will recognize. I think I have, yeah. Here's one of the pinups that are in the book. So again, they are the same size as a comic book. Here's a centaur. Because I'm all about like the Greek mythology and all different mythologies. I'm a big fan of history and all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, you guys are going to be seeing a lot of cool and different things from me. Right now, City of Venus is the newest comic book I have, but the newest book is The Ghostly Manor on Howling Hill. Now, this is a kid book. It's a very short campaign. I literally have 2 weeks left. When I launched it, it was only about 25 days. I think it had up on it because I want to get this out to backers for Halloween. So this is shipping before Halloween, so you guys could get it. You could read it to your kids, your family. If you're a teacher, I urge you to buy extra copies. Bring them to class. Let more people know about them. This is like the only like super kid-friendly book that I have. It's a sweet story, nothing overly complicated. It's essentially very little guys. They were supposed to be doing their chores at home while their uncle is about to go out like on a gala or a ball on Halloween night, and these guys are supposed to clean up, and instead they got the idea. Well, they heard that the town underneath them, actually, they have this thing called Halloween where they could get free candy just for looking like monsters. And, that's what they kind of are. So they said, you know what, we're going to go give it a shot. So they sneak out. And, yeah, this is the first shot of them actually going to their very first door and seeing if it worked. And it looks like it's going to work. So, there's some, they have fun. There's some kind of silliness that happens, and then they kind of get into trouble. They make new friends. I mean, again, it's a sweet little tale, nothing overly complicated. It's for kids. I'd say 3 up to 100. Anyone and everyone could read this and enjoy it. So yeah, this is the newest campaign. When this is finished, again, the next one's going to be Through the Woods, the collected edition. I'm going to do the like the perfect binding on it. So yeah, I'm very excited for that one. I'm looking forward to getting that back out and to getting more people to enjoy that. I'm definitely a horror fan. A lot of my stories have horror elements to them. You'll be seeing that as well. Let me see. Yeah, David. Yeah, I'd say the horror community and comics, actually. I think it's for everybody. I mean, if you're a fan of the classic monsters, that kind of thing, you'll definitely dig it. I mean, again, if you're a fan of like Disney, Pixar, and monsters, I mean, this kind of has like a nice blend of it, I would think. So, I mean, some more pages to it and the cover, but yeah, I don't want to put up too much on this because I don't want to give away anything either. Because it's not a huge book. It's only 28 pages, front cover to back cover. Again, real high quality stock. Fun little story. My brother Frankie wrote it. It's in rhyme, but it's not like super annoying or anything. Like I know Dr. Seuss after a while gets very annoying, but well, it depends on the book too. But so again, this is a fun tale. So let me see what else. So we get Through the Woods. Oh, I was going to show you the volume 1 to the art book. Let me see, click the link. Well, that's the cover, but the campaign is in demand. This was the older printer that I used. Still very high quality, but I think the quality on Volume 2 and on City of Venus is like through the roof in comparison. Um, but yeah, this is the very first one. So there's a lot of amazing pieces in here. A lot of really cool stuff. Let me scroll down a bit. So I mean, you could see the quality that I put in there. I was known for doing portraits for a while. One of my first comic book gigs that was like kind of like a steady gig was doing covers for Blue Water Comics, which I mean, there was a lot of political crap that I had done, but they actually broke records. So that's why I was doing them as well. I did get a chance to do a cover for the Beatles. They had like a graphic novel where they, I believe it was Neil Gaiman or who was the other one? Someone used a pen name when they told these stories. I think it was back like in the 70s and the 80s, but they put them in a collected format, and I did the cover for it. So I thought that was really cool. I had fun working on that. But again, yeah. So portrait work is what I've been kind of known for, but I'm also a gigantic fan of everything else. When I worked at McFarlane, I mean, Todd was one of my idols for sure growing up. So when I got to work for him, I was like over the moon about it, and kind of learning some stuff and seeing things of he likes aesthetically and why he makes a lot of the choices he does. I mean, it's cool to pick up different things from different artists. That's how you keep developing and learning and bettering yourself. This is a cool piece. A lot of people really dig this one. Gilman version of the Gilman. But I actually met the guy who did the swimming for the original movie. He's still alive. I met him a couple of years ago, and he signed the original to this piece, which was really cool. Super nice dude. But yeah, so I painted this one up. And yeah, like I said, I think these books have different stuff for a lot of different people. But yeah, so here's some of the media spotlights I had when I did those covers. I mean, at the time I was proud when they came out, but the social justice warrior crap and all the diehard liberals it wasn't as strong, but I guess they were starting to build up. So I was kind of, I wasn't aware of all that nonsense. But again, I did these covers. They were just paid gigs. My heart wasn't in any of this shit. But it was still cool to get on the news and do interviews for all different media outlets. That was pretty fun. But yeah, and some of the companies I work for, McFarlane, Image, Devil's Due, Diamond Select. I did weapon designs for Capcom in one of their video games, the Onimusha series, which is cool. I think I had about 3 or 4 weapons that made it into the game, which is pretty badass. Because I had saved that line from being tossed in the can when I was at McFarlane. They didn't know what this samurai video game was, and I educated them on it. And yeah, they jumped all over it. So that was pretty cool and fun. But yeah, so I hope you guys will take a look and support some of these projects. Yeah, this one's in demand. City of Venus is in demand. Ghostly Man is going to be in demand, I think, up until Halloween, and then I'm going to be removing it. So right now, again, the main campaign is still live for 14 days. You guys are definitely, if you back it, you're definitely going to receive it. The thing is, like, I don't know, again, for certain how long I'll keep it in demand. I might be ending it before Halloween, but as of right now, I'm thinking ending it on Halloween Day is kind of appropriate. It's fine. That might get a re-release later on, but as it is, yeah, so you guys please jump on it. If you do click the video, because again, from what I understand, you can't really do the audio on here unless I unplug all this shit again. But Red Gaze did the video on this, which is absolutely amazing. So guys, you can click it on your own and take a look. Because if I play it, you're just going to see the motion and no words. But yeah, he did a great job. He also did the City of Venus campaign as well. Loads it back up. Yeah. So yeah, if you click on that, he did that video as well. So all right, going into 2020, after Through the Woods gets that re-release, I'm going to be pushing my pirate book, which I've been working on for a while now. After that, I'm jumping back onto City of Venus, Volume 2. But the pirate book, I've been working on very, very hard. I have a ton of work that I'm doing on it. I'm doing pencils, paints. A couple of the first pages are totally digital. You guys might be able to tell the difference, but I'm kind of jumping around a bit on this project just because it's like whatever I feel like doing creatively, I'm going to jump on. It's just something that I have in my head that I want to start this tale. These books are going to be more oversized in page count than previous books. I know people wanted more out of City of Venus as well, because they said when they got it, they absolutely loved it, but they're dying for the next volume. They said they read through it so quickly. I'm happy everyone's been digging it. That's for sure. Because again, there is hot chicks, there are monster type things in there, but the story is going to be deeper than that. That's for sure. The next one's going to have more science in there and kind of how she got where she is. And in this story, I'm actually going to end up showing how that floating city got in the sky to begin with. I don't know which issue is going to have the backstory on that, but it'll be there because most people, they don't do that when they do these sci-fi stories. And I've seen it in many different places where if they have a floating city, it just happens to be there just out of the blue with no explanation. My story is actually going to have an explanation on why and how, including how the world is kind of pretty much destroyed and so barren and bleak. You know, there's no major societies in here. Even the floating city, they have their own kind of hierarchy. Yeah, it's going to be cool. I am excited to get back to work on this one. I'm still developing the story out a little bit more on certain surprises I want to have in there. The cliffhangers on most of my books are usually yeah, they're pretty messed up, or you're definitely dying for the next issue by the time you get to the last page. That's kind of something that I've always been a fan of, and I think it's cool and it gets people wanting the next issue. Yeah, right off the bat. But yeah, there's gonna be more surprises for sure with the villains as well. More elements I want to be popping in there. And since this book is set so far into the future, there's going to be a lot of different layering of like different, let's say, a number of different wars that have happened over the centuries. So as you can imagine, all different kind of weaponry. So I'm trying to hint at things without giving too much away either. But it's definitely going to be a fun ride. That's for sure. I love action. Suspense is always great. Again, Through the Woods has plenty of suspense. So you guys will be, I think, pretty excited to get your hands on those for those people who have missed out on that campaign. So yeah, I'm excited to make that available to you guys again. But yeah, 2020 is going to have a lot more fun for sure. I don't know. Maybe I should show you guys maybe a sneak peek at my pirate book. I don't know if I should do it tonight or another night. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Do you want a taste? Because I can show you. Let me find my files. If you guys have any questions or suggestions on what you would like to see with future streams, please hit me up. Message me here. Message me on Twitter. Vinnie at Vinnieart. Vinni. Well, it's on my thing. You could see under my name there. But yeah, most of my social media is the same name, except for Vinnieart. Vinnieart, it's Vinroc, Vinroc. There's a lot of cool stuff there. You want the teasing now? All right, hold on. Let me see here. I can show you something. There's a pretty good page. Again, this one's still going to be, it's a little whiles out before I get to this one. But again, it's going to be in 2020. I'm pushing for that. So let me blow this up for you guys. And then drag it up here. So here's one of the pages to my pirate book. So as you can see, a lot of nice colorful stuff happening. Lots of detail. I mean, we're talking crazy amounts of detail in this one. Well, pretty much like all my projects, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know, chat. Do you dig the pirate stuff? Mateys. Arg. We got double booted. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Let me slide that one back down. But yeah, I'm hella excited to show you guys more stuff. I mean, some of the pencil pages I've been doing lately are just like mind blowing. Super proud of them. And I do get very violent with some stuff too, since we're talking about pirates. So there's going to be some brutal killings in here. I'm going to be balancing it between the violence and the beauty of like the tropical stuff, the Caribbean type atmosphere and locations. So I'm looking to bring like a really cool, fun experience for fans, and like every page I want people to be on a different journey with that book. You know, thank you. Violence is acceptable. I think so. Trying to see. I want to show you guys a little bit more, but again, this one's far out, so I don't want you guys getting overly excited for it. So maybe I shouldn't have showed you that much, but I think a little bit of something is good. That's for sure. Let me see what else. Let me blow this one up. If my computer wants to cooperate. Yeah, this one's a pretty cool page too. All right, I'll show you guys this. So, again, I'm all down for the very cool, beautiful visuals. That's for damn sure. You know, lots of cool stuff. But yeah, so I won't tease too much of this one because again, there's a lot of work that still has to be done on it. But yeah, I want to at least show you guys some of it. It's definitely going to be a fun book. Lots of craziness is going to happen too. But yeah, I mean, I could get into that a little bit later on. Again, this is only my first live stream. So yeah. Maybe one more time, we'll go showing the ghostly manor on Howling Hill. Any other backers? Man, my computer's running so slow today. But anyway, yeah, so I'm sure other people are starting to do some live streaming tonight as well. And I don't want to cut into their time. So I think I might be cutting this one a little bit short, but how long have we been on for? About a half hour. That ain't too bad for a first time stream. I'm not really seeing many people on. Maybe I'll stay a little bit longer. Again, hit me up. Do you have any questions? Any suggestions on what you want to see? More cool stuff. What else we got going on? All right. Sim and Adam are the only ones on right now? Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate the support. Kevin Drew, David, El Gargoyle. You guys are awesome. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe next time I'll get a guest on. Maybe my brother, if you guys want to hear from the writer on some of these projects. He did Through the Woods and the children's book. We have a couple other projects we have in the works as well. Again, we're trying to hit all different genres since it's Mela Art World. So we want to be, it's a world of different, creations that we want to give you guys. So, yeah, we got futuristic, we have urban, horror, ghosts, all different stuff, So, thanks, Ted. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad everyone's been loving the book because it's a lot of hard work. I think it's well worth it, though. I can't wait to get into more of the detail and really crazy scenery that you guys are going to get to see on this. A lot of action. Action's like number one for me on these things. Because, I mean, we're in a visual format, so things should have a lot of action in it. Yeah, that's for sure. So, yeah, horror comics and that community, I love you. I love those guys. Again, I've been a fan of stuff like Evil Dead since I was a kid. The Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. You name it. I'm into all that cool thing, all those cool things. Resident Evil, I've been a huge fan of that for a very long time. So, I mean, the influences are, I think you can see it here and there on my work, but for the most part, I mean, obviously I love the ladies. War Campaign, they call me Boner King for a reason. They said I get all their members up. Hail War Campaign. You go. Oh, hey, Brian. Yeah, you're new. I'm new to this as well. I mean, you guys have caught me in different streams, but yeah, this is the first time I'm doing my own live streaming. So I showcase some of my projects that I've done. This year, I think in 7 months, it's definitely 7 books that I've released. Yeah, the kids' book will be number 7. So it was 3 issues of Through the Woods right out of the gate. City of Venus. That's 4 comics right there. 2 art books, and yeah, the kid book. So I think it was a pretty good year on starting all this out. But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm all about the fans first. I was doing that hashtag for a while as well because I mean it. I want to make sure that all you guys are happy. It's a good thing. But yeah, I mean, yeah. If you guys have any extra questions and stuff, just drop it down here in the chat. And I'll do my best to answer. Hey, Hardboiled, what's up? Take another quick look here. Let me see if I got anybody who wants to drop in and say hello. I don't think too many people are around tonight. It's Thursday. What the hell? Oh, tomorrow night I will be on Mandy Summers' channel. She does Work the Wizard. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with her. She's awesome. Red Gaze is fantastic. He's one of the coolest guys around. Again, he's in the videos on my projects. I did his stream last night, which was a lot of fun. It was shit talk. If you go over to the Red Gaze on YouTube, you could find him there as well. But yeah. Have I ever drawn depictions of real life celebrities? Yeah, I have. I just mentioned earlier that I had done the Beatles. It was actually a cover to a graphic novel, but I've done a number of different things. Some of the people from Game of Thrones, which you guys could see it on my either on Twitter if you deep dive on my Twitter, or if you go to vinrock.deviantart.com. I have a lot of my stuff up there as well. Maybe I should just pull it up. Let me see. Give me a second. I'll show you. So yeah, this is my DeviantArt page. I haven't been on here in a little while. I should update soon. I might sell original art pages. It's possible. Right now, I haven't done it on this campaign, but I'm thinking about doing it for the pirate book because I do have a number of pages that I went off on. I mean, they are super highly detailed, tight pencils. I have a mix of some of them I inked traditionally, some of them I inked on the computer. So I have all different kind of stuff with that, different options. So again, when I start to work on that campaign, I'll let you guys know what's going to be available, what's limited. But yeah, I could show some of the stuff I did for McFarlane as well. I'll go down a little bit. I know I have them on here. Oh yeah, here's Jason Momoa. I met him. I met him at a convention. I'm about 6 foot, so this guy is a freaking monster. He's like 6'5", 6'6". This guy was a beast, but super nice guy. Oh my God, was he friendly? He even dropped by my booth like later on in the day, which is pretty cool, just to say hello. I got a couple photos with this guy, but yeah, he's a badass. That's the piece I did for him. He went apeshit when he saw it. Oh my God, he freaking loved it. Yeah, he signed that one for me. Ooh, this thing went back too far. Again, I think there's too much going on for it to be loading up. But all right, let me find those McFarlane figures. Come on, load up. Keep going. Yeah, I had some photography in here too. I tried my hand at a bunch of different things over the years, but yeah, if you go on this page, you could see a lot of that stuff. So here's the McFarlane things that I did. Here is the Viking line, the Dark Ages. Again, since I've been such a huge fan of all that kind of stuff, horror type things, I really play with the designs on this. It was loosely based on one of the comic book series that they had done, but I got to do my own thing entirely with it, which I was like super happy about. This is not the Spawn in the line. I'll go to, this was the Spawn in the line. So it's the Battle Axe Spawn. Now, there was a couple different versions of these things. Back when KB Toys was still around, we had to do different variations and versions of these characters. So this guy had 2 different head sculpts and 2 different paint jobs. And then this guy was also the main body that they used on the, there was like a 2-pack of the Spawn on a horse. Yeah, we did a couple of this guy. And the one on the horse did not have a cape. His helmet was totally different. He didn't have, we changed a couple of things on it. But yeah, that's that stuff. Here's the angel that was in the line, a Valkyrie. This thing was cool. Although they made us add extra material. She was not supposed to have this shirt on. She was only supposed to have a cross that covered her. And the cross was a little bit thicker than the original design. I think it was really hot, but I'm biased because I actually designed the thing. So, but yeah, they wanted a little more clothing, so they sculpted on this extra piece. Which, I mean, what are you gonna do? Can't really complain too much. I was also responsible for a couple of the Tortured Souls figures. Let me see if I put those up too. Come on, computer. Work with me. Maybe we should X out some windows. I know they were here somewhere. Where are they? They were pretty gruesome looking. what the hell? But yeah, the Tortured Souls figures, I actually got that line off the ground because McFarlane had done the. They should have been around here. What the hell? Anyway, yeah, first line, but they weren't sure if they were going to do the another version of them. But one day I sat down and I got to actually work it out. I came up with some really twisted designs. I'm gonna have to find it on my computer. You guys give me a second. I'll look for it. But yeah, there was a guy who I had. Man, I had him split open. I had him on like this metal contraption. It was pretty bad. It was pretty nasty. But Todd was visiting, and he came late in the day. So when he actually got to see this piece sitting on my table, he goes, you guys have some sick fucks working in here. But you know what? I want to do it. Let's continue the line. So I ended up designing about 3 or 4 figures in that line. 3 of them got made. The 4th one didn't because they were upset. I pushed the envelope with sexuality. I had 2 women sewn together, kneeling down on the floor. I really wish this thing was made. It was absolutely gorgeous. Well, for something that was supposed to be that horrific, because they were stitched together, but I also did a couple of different things with them. You know, with this skin that's kind of peeled back on certain parts. If anyone's familiar with Clive Barker, he's all into that kind of stuff of, you know, flayed and skinned people and, you know, mechanical parts and that kind of thing. But this would have been a really, really beautiful freaking thing. We tried to do a couple. It didn't stick. They refused to talk. But I believe they they were going to do the Wizard of Oz figures, like their own kind of twisted version of the Wizard of Oz. They took one of those girls that were sewn together and they made it into Dora, and they put like a gimp mask on her, and so I designed half that figure. Sorry guys, I'm looking for the files on my computer. I know I put it on Twitter, but again, that's a deep dive because I don't remember when I posted it up. Damn it, where did I put these? There's one more file I could go take a look on. Yeah, public domain stuff. You could actually you could look it up. You could even Google to find out what's public domain. So if you want to draw those kind of things, or you know, do your versions of them. But yeah, you kind of, I don't know, you kind of the whole convention scene is kind of where I've done most of these things, and most people look the other way because they know that you're bringing in fans to the convention scene, and they're kind of okay with other people. If they tell you to stop, you should definitely stop because they will put out cease and desist. Everyone's different, all different companies, but like if you're going into merchandise, they'll shut you down within a heartbeat. That's for sure. So I try to stay away from any of that kind of stuff. But again, doing crowdfunding, I'm going into my own thing. I don't want to draw other people's characters anymore unless it's like a private commission. All right, so I found my Tortured Souls. Here they are. So that's one of them. Oh, where did I put the other guy? Well, those are 2 of them, actually. 2 different ones. David's asking if I have any desire to still work in toys and sculptures. Yes and no. It's fun if you have a good person to work with creatively, or if it's a good company. But again, I rather design my own statues and figures based off of my characters. I've done enough, I think, for other people. I mean, for Todd, I brought that guy in millions with the designs I've done, and I just got like a regular paycheck. So Yeah, I mean, I rather make myself that kind of money if possible. But yeah, I mean, hold on. Oh, I found the other guy. So let me open this up. All right, this is the guy that kind of clinched the deal for the Tortured Soul stuff. Yeah, I definitely. There's a warning. Create your own things. You don't have to do other people's stuff. If you want public domain things, I say yeah, go after that kind of stuff. You want to do your own version of like whatever, like the Norse gods or whatever. I mean, yeah, I think there's free reign on that as long as you stay away from Marvel designs. But yeah, that's my advice, Brian. Um, but yeah, they wouldn't even show the full figure on promo shots because it was so gruesome, and they toned it down. They edited this mask. I mask. He was ripped up like this, but I had his face more exposed as well. They thought it was too nasty, so they ended up putting some kind of this metal contraption muzzle on him. But yeah, he's got one of his legs. If you find this figure, I don't know what they because they said his people named the fact. So little names that we gave these characters, or yeah, or torture. Um, yeah, so yeah, this guy was pretty gruesome. And out of these two, actually, there was a great cosplayer that I became friends with who made this angel chick for Spooky Empire. Like I want to say maybe 2 years ago, maybe three. I don't know, but yeah, she did an amazing job. I don't know how the hell she did it, wingspan and all. It was gigantic. It was huge. That wingspan had to be between 5 and 6 feet at least. I don't know how the hell she got around the convention, but yeah. And this dude who's hanging on a hook, I had to figure out how to do this thing where it folded up as well. I don't know if the end product if they but stand on his own and hook himself, hanging himself by that nasty thing. Yeah. Thanks, David. I appreciate it. Oh, your friends work at Sideshow? Cool. Yeah, and I agree. I don't think the people at McFarlane made as well, and that's kind of reasons why the McFarlane thing kind of fell to shit a bit, and they were rotating artists in and out of there. So like the Four Horsemen were the original guys who started the McFarlane thing, and they got a good deal with Mattel to do He-Man. They relaunched He-Man, and they've been doing a bunch of different stuff since then. Really awesome guys. Got to hang out with them. They are funny as hell, and they have crazy stories about the McFarlane studio. Um, and I told some of the stories here and there on some streams. If you could go find them on my friends' streams, but yeah, they were a crazy bunch, but really cool guys. So when they left because they wanted name credit on the packaging, and they said only Todd's name is going to be in packaging. They never wanted to give credit to the other artists, which made no sense at all to me. Because with comic books, you put the writer, the artist, the inker, you go down the list. Why not do that with figures? It made no sense to me. But that led to a lot of drama as well, and I think that's why a lot of people left there. I left because it was around 9/11. There was a lot of bad things happening in the whole area, a lot of things that were never on the news. So yeah, like I split. Oh, El Gargiel, he's saying the sheriff. Yeah, that's what I nicknamed the head of the paint department, because she was a very bold-legged woman, and she walked like a cowboy. But yeah, that was kind of a private joke with some of the other people there. uh, Again, a lot of those people were kind of nut jobs. A lot of them were cool. I love the guys that were in the machine department, the guys who fabricated all the weapons. Most of them were very guys. There was only one or two I was on the fence about. But yeah, for the majority of it, there were who were kind of conned in running that establishment. Nothing on Todd, but this is the brothers that they promised certain things and they never did on them. So it left a lot of people bitter. So if you hear people who used to work at McFarland, a lot of times it's nothing but horror stories. But again, like I'm self-taught, so I didn't have any school loans or anything. Um, I went on an interview and got hired, so I ended up staying there. So I was traveling back and forth my first couple of years from New York to New Jersey, where they were. Uh, I think he moved everything out to Arizona now, though, for what I understand. But yeah, I mean, it was cool while I was there, but towards the end, you could definitely see there was a lot of other fishy things going on. And again, I don't know why people weren't getting credited the way they should have. Pay should have been way higher. Um, if they took care of the people more, I think the same kind of quality would have still been out there. I know he's trying to get back to that, so you'll see every now and then some cool stuff. But for the most part, I know they're outsourcing to China, and I'm not crazy about that either. Um, but yeah, I mean, El Gargoyle. He lived in Vegas. He's seen some weird shit. Yeah, I think we've all seen some pretty weird shit. Um, yeah, when I was traveling in New York and stuff, man, I saw some crazy stuff. I mean, anywhere from bizarre people in the streets. Um, I seen a private sting operation go down, undercover cops taking down people near the Port Authority. I saw this one female cop had to be maybe 5 foot, take down a guy who was like, I don't know, 6'3", 6'4". She just tackled him. The guy was running top speed. I don't know how she caught him. Tackled him to the ground, handcuffed him. Guy was cursing, screaming. That was pretty trippy and cool. She was hot from what I remember. Nice little cop. But yeah, no. But again, I just kind of rambling now. But yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of different stories from working at different companies, traveling to different conventions throughout the years. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've told some of these horror stories here and there. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys will hear more from me. Maybe some of the same stories, maybe some brand new ones. But yeah, so again, this is my first live stream. I hope it wasn't too bad and that kept you guys somewhat entertained at least. Yeah, like in the movies. Small woman taking out a big guy. Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, New York was really interesting. It is my hometown. I miss it at times, and other times, kind of happy that I'm not there. But that's just because of all the different craziness that's been going on lately, kind of all over the country. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna try to keep these streams mostly about comics and toys, statues. I mean, I don't know if you guys are fans of that kind of world as well, of the toy and statue stuff. I mean, even though I'm not really doing as many designs and stuff in that field, I'm trying to stick more with working on my books, doing freelance work, storyboards, concept artwork. That's kind of my main thing. So yeah, until like these projects could really take off the way that I like, I am still doing some freelance work. So again, some projects might take longer than others to come out, but I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop about it. I'll post more videos, again, how-tos, that kind of thing. And as I have more campaigns coming up, I'll start to let you guys know before everybody else. But yeah, David's, hell yes, I am. SH Monster Arts currently. Also love 3A stuff. Yeah, I think SH Figure Arts, they do some amazing figures. I've actually been collecting some of the Street Fighter stuff that they've been doing. I know there's 2 companies or 3 companies they've been doing them, but I kind of became a fan of the Street Fighter stuff because you could get them in those poses from the game, and they're very highly articulated. I'm always a fan of like the engineering steps on a lot of these figures, because back when I was working with McFarlane, we were the wave of guys who wanted to branch out and make things more articulated. Todd wanted little statues, and that's why a lot of those figures, especially in the beginning years, they barely moved. He hated certain joints, but we were able to sneak a lot of that stuff into the Onimusha line, into the Dark Age line. We were looking at Japanese import figures around that time. So certain figures have different kind of than you would normally expect, like that Battle Axe spawn. He had a diagonal cut in his chest that only a couple of companies were using. I think Kyoto tried it with a couple of their figures. So we kind of put that element in there so he kind of like crunch at an angle, like a swinging motion. His shoulders weren't traditional ball joints. They were like kind of like this T-shaped joint, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, we tried all different things. But it was cool that he was open to it. And when he did see that what we could do with it, he was pretty happy. But again, when most of the employees weren't as happy as they should have been, that's when the rotating door was happening. A lot of people left, a lot of the real big talent, and then he just focused on sports things for a while. But now I'm getting into Todd's history. We don't need to go there, but yeah, I'm happy to see that he's starting to do articulation again, though, in his figures. But we'll see what comes about, because I think it's those realistic type things plus articulation. If you could find a good blend, that's where you have, I think, some of the best figures. So again, like SH Figure Arts, I'm totally down with them. Their Dark Knight figures were fan-fucking-tastic. I love those things. They had a pretty cool Wonder Woman as well that came out. But yeah, so again, you guys hit me up anytime. If you guys even want to invite me on different streams, if you want to be a guest on my stream, StreamYard looks pretty easy to work. I think I can. Yeah. So I'll try to cut it a little bit short now. Thank you again, guys, for listening in. Again, hit me up. Let me know, even when this video is done, in the chat, what you liked, what you want to see more of, what you want to hear about. Peek at some of my projects. And yeah, we'll have more of that in the future. Maybe next time I'll show you some really cool tight pencils that I've done. Because a lot of people think that, oh, I just do like a loose breakdown and then I paint everything on the computer. Not true. I do highly detailed pencil work. That's where my first job came from, was being a penciler. And then I ended up teaching myself how to computer color. That was around, I was ripped off from Joe Quesada. Joe Kagata is what I like to call him, because he's a shit. But had to throw that shot out. I don't really throw a lot of shade, only at the people who've screwed me over. I just want everyone to know that. So if anyone fucked me over, yeah, my gloves come off. If you're just kind of a little bit of a douche on your own, that's up to you and the fans. Whatever into that, unless it's common knowledge stuff. But yeah, I like to keep things more positive. So please, guys, support me, follow me, subscribe. I'm trying to get I want to get my numbers up. I didn't even realize followers already on here. So if I get 100, I could get a proper name instead of this long, weird URL. So help me out with that. And yeah, we'll try to have some more fun in the future. So I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all as Vinnieart. I have an ArtStation account as well, which I should update more on there. But again, I'm a one-man band right now. So to create from scratch, do freelance work, and now I'm starting to get into the YouTube streaming. You got to bear that in mind. And if you want more updates, hit me up, private message me, whatever. Drop comments on my Twitter as well. But yeah, I usually get back to people as quick as I can. So, all right, guys, be kind to one another. Keep kicking ass and keep supporting these awesome projects. City of Venus, the Ghostly Manor on Howling Hill. Those are available. Those are happening right now. I'm mailing out more books, I think, tomorrow for City of Venus. I got a couple more backers today. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting time. I'm here for crowdfunding. I'm here for Comicsgate. lots of cool people. Big thank yous to everybody. So yeah, till next time, bye.